Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adi and today we are here with week 8 of the XDL. Last week we ended up winning on a forfeit. We were supposed to play Sierra Dawn, but she had some stuff come up. So not the way that I wanted to win, but it does make us 7-0 on the season, and with that 7th win we have clinched a playoff spot. Despite that, this week is still really important to me. That's because, and I promise that this tangent is relevant, this marks the 1-year anniversary of the channel. It's been an incredible ride, and I couldn't have done it without all of your love and support. We just hit 100,000 total views, about to hit 2,000 subscribers. We have 42 team reports in 52 weeks. That's crazy. And this is just the beginning. And that being said, it really does go full circle sometimes because a year ago, my first video was the team that I used to get top 6 in North America in Players Cup 1, one win away from Global Finals, and it was Lapras, Comfy, Rillaboom, Magnezone, and Incineroar, Goodra. And this week, in XDL, we are literally playing that team. I am not kidding. And I'm also not losing to my own team. So this week, we are playing StephOfAnime. She is a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, and she does all sorts of different stuff. Obviously, there's a big VGC focus, but she also does in-game stuff. She does Minecraft, Unite. I guess everyone is doing Unite right now, but, you know, she's really entertaining. She's, like, infectiously high energy, so make sure to go check her out. Of course, all the links are in the description down below. And looking at her team, again, these first 5 mods look so familiar. That being said, she has played it very differently than how I played it in Players Cup. The centerpiece of her team is Comfy, which has the ability Triage. And that means that healing moves have +3 priority, which is the same priority as Fake Out. And Comfy is pretty fast, so it'll go before most Fake Out users. If it's max speed, it will outspeed my Jinx. And it also goes before Redirection. It has a couple moves to abuse this, the first being Floral Healing, which is just Heal Pulse, but in Grassy Terrain it gets a boost and heals 2/3 instead of just half HP. And of course she has the Rillaboom to set up Grassy Terrain. I also have a Tapu Bulu, so there probably will be Grassy Terrain on the field most of the time. My Players Cup 1 team said I'm basically going to use Light Clay, Lapras, Incineroar, and Rillaboom to go with the Comfy to slowly chip away at the opposing team. Never really lose a Pokemon because I have so much bulk and I have screens up. And then strong Fire, Water, Grass defensive core means it's really hard to consistently do damage. And when you finally do chip me down, I'm just going to heal right back up with that boosted Floral Healing. It was definitely infuriating to play against. It was one of my favorite teams to use, and she has never tried that with this team. She has never gone for that Light Clay strategy. That is probably because she doesn't have the Incineroar that I had. Her fire types are not really bulky enough to facilitate that type of gameplay, but I don't have a powerful grass type. Like Tapu Bulu is okay, but obviously very susceptible to Lapras. And I also don't have the powerful fire type to really punish that weakness, and so she might still be able to go for it. That is something that I definitely have to account for. Now, thankfully, I have played that team a lot, so I do have a lot of experience, and I have a good understanding of what it is weak to if she does decide to go that route. The mode she has gone for almost every week is Weakness Policy Lapras. And the idea is that Giga Drain goes before Fake Out or Redirection from Comfy, and so she can always boost up her Lapras and proc that Weakness Policy. Lapras can either go physical or special. She was physical last week against Necra, and it has the same attack and special attack stat, and I think she's supposed to go physical, and I'll explain why when I get to team building. She also can put the weakness policy on a Garchomp and proc it with Draining Kiss, and then the third mode that my Players Cup 1 team had that she can also do is Magnezone mode. And so in Players Cup 1, I ran a Grassy Seed Magnezone with Analytic. You click Max Steel Spike 3 times, so you get a +4 defense. Then you click Body Press a bunch, and you win the game. And Analytic means you're doing a lot of damage, even though you don't have a boosting item or much special attack investment. I don't know if she will go this mode, however, because I do have 2 ground types, which of course can put a lot of pressure on that Magnezone. Some other notable Pokemon that she has, Sigilif has Tailwind, Trick Room, and Hypnosis, and it can also just Dynamax with Tinted Lens to ignore any resistances. Salazzle and Blaziken are her 2 fire types, and I think she's going to bring Salazzle because it is a fast Fake Out. It immediately pressures Togekiss and it outspeeds my Thundurus. The Rillaboom is the best Pokemon on her team. It's just the second best Pokemon in VGC for a reason. Like, you know what Rillaboom does. Clefairy is Redirection that specifically is scary next to Garchomp, which is her best setup Pokemon, because Garchomp can really rip through my team if given a Swords Dance. And then lastly, I want to focus on Audino for a second because it is her normal type. and she doesn't have a dark type, which makes it her only ghost resist. You see where I'm going with this? All right, let's look at my team. You guessed it, we are bringing back the Teapot. It has the ability Weak Armor, which means when hit with a physical attack, it lowers its defense and boosts its speed by 2 stages. Combine that with a weakness policy, and you basically have Shell Smash. And yes, I know it just gets Shell Smash, but this is better because Brutal Swing plus Max Overgrowth plus Comfy's Giga Drain will almost always KO Dynamax Lapras. She has to be really bulky for it not to. And so we basically have completely invalidated the weakness policy Lapras strategy, or at least forced her to not click Giga Drain turn 1 and figure something else out. Like, if she just clicks Trick Room turn 1, Trick Room Protect, and gets the weakness policy proc to third Protect, then we might be screwed. But, we'll figure that out when we get to it. We do have, Taunt on Thundurus to try to stop that. Now, our special bulk on Poltergeist is actually really good, but our physical bulk leaves a lot to be desired, and we're also dropping it by a stage when we proc Weak Armor, and so we put a lot of investment in defense. The EV spread lets us outspeed Garchomp when it's at -1 after a max strike, and then we usually, almost always, will take a Brutal Swing into a max Quake, provided that she's just Jolly with no boosting item. If she has a Life Orb or even a Soft Sand, she will just KO. And then if she's not Jolly, then theoretically, my Urshifu, my Jinx, and whatnot could outspeed it. So I think she really has to be Jolly Garchomp. The secondary Dynamax on this team is also really good into Garchomp. It is the Scope Lens Togekiss, and this is just really good into screens because it can crit and ignore the screens half the time. It is good into Garchomp. It OHKOs with Max Starfall if they Dynamax and are min bulk, provided I get the critical hit. And it can endgame the Magnezone sets with Flamethrower, which again can critical hit to ignore screens. She also outspeeds Garchomp at +1, which is really good. There are no mid-speed Pokemon on Steph's team, which is really cool for me because she has to be really fast on all of her fast Pokemon to outspeed my stuff like Urshifu, like Jinx. Garchomp isn't allowed to not outspeed Jinx. And I have Ice Punch on Urshifu, so she could theoretically underspeed Urshifu, but she's risking me just being max speed Jolly and KOing it. But on the other hand, my team doesn't have anything it needs to outspeed. Lapras and Rillaboom are all really slow, and so I get to be faster than her slow stuff and invest a ton of bulk instead. Blaziken is also a mid-speed, but it just gets to +1 on demand, so I don't really have to care about that either. The Thundurus on my team is Prankster. It has Chardy Berry because I really need the speed control against Garchomp. If Garchomp is moving first, it can basically OHKO everything on my team. And so because of that, Thundurus needs to live in attack and get that scary face off. It doesn't have Thunderbolt, and I'm really uncertain about this, but I think it needs the Eerie Impulse for Special Lapras. That's why she's supposed to be Physical Lapras, by the way. It needs Taunt for Comfy. It needs Scary Face to make sure everything outspeeds Garchomp. And then Brutal Swing is there to proc the weakness policy, and that's always just the game 1 line, unless she brings Audino. And so in testing, I was told, yeah, you just don't need Thunderbolt. And I was like, you know what? If this ever comes up in testing, I'm going to replace a move with Thunderbolt because I don't want to be stuck clicking Brutal Swing over and over again if I get taunted or if I'm stuck against a Lapras in the end game, but it just never came up. She always had to KO the Thundurus earlier in the game because it is so disruptive. And so hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. Urshifu is specifically on the team because it KOs Audino. I brought it to 0 games in testing because no one in my test group brought Audino, but Audino's kind of a bad Pokemon, I don't expect her to bring it. But this set always KOs max bulk Audino with close combat. It lives a Miracle Seed Rillaboom Grassy Glide 88% of the time, and then it also outspeeds Salazzle at +1. Not that that really matters because I'm not running Surging Strikes, and that sounds questionable, but I figure I want to click close combat into almost all of her Pokemon. Surging Strikes is really easy for her to punish by switching in Gastrodon, Lapras, Garchomp will do 40% of my health with Rough Skin, or even Rillaboom will just take it like a champ. And so the things that I want to hit with water moves are Blaziken and Salazzle, both of which will just outspeed me anyways. I might as well just Aqua Jet them. And of course, I need the Ice Punch specifically for the Garchomp. And also, this pretty much walls Physical Lapras in case she brings that, so that's pretty cool. And then on the other hand, we have Jinx, which completely walls Special Lapras. It resists ice, it's immune to water. The only thing that Lapras gets that really hits Jinx is Ancient Power. And, if she's running Ancient Power Lapras, all bets are off. But generally speaking, Jinx will wall special Lapras, and also if she tries to lead very passively into me, clicking Lovely Kiss is really powerful. Her only real counterplay to that is either A, like just KOing the Jinx, or B, running Safeguard on Comfy. She could also run Taunt on Salazzle, but I'm just generally less worried about the Salazzle. And the coverage is ice coverage to hit Rillaboom and Garchomp. The Sash lets me actually live an attack from Garchomp and Rillaboom. And then the Energy Ball is so I can actually respond to Lapras now that I'm walling it. The special defense is specifically so I can live 2 Max Lightnings from Max Modest Lapras, because again, I really don't need that much speed on this team. I think the speed investment outspeeds Blaziken. I don't think that it will ever come up. Then lastly, there is the Nidoking. And so Sucker Punch is there to proc the weakness policy. It's just a secondary way of doing that. But that also meant that I couldn't run Life Orb on it because I didn't want to do too much damage to my own Poltergeist. So instead, I've got the Assault Vest. The coverage here is just insane. Like, look at her team and tell me what this doesn't hit, right? Unless it's in front of a Garchomp without a speed drop, it is cleaning up every single Pokemon on her team. And so that's really all I have. There are certainly things that can scare me on her team. Specifically, I think Life Orb Garchomp or a really coherent Trick Room mode with Audino could be really problematic for my team. I definitely could have respected those things a little more in team building, but you can't cover everything, and the Teapot was so good in testing that I had to roll with it and try to cover its weaknesses as best I could. So with that being said, let's see what she can do. All right, we are back, and we are about to hop in the battle with Steph. Like I said, this is a very important match to me. I don't want to lose to my own team, but I guess it depends on what she's running. This is actually, I guess this is 4 of the Pokemon, 3 of the Pokemon. I just kind of attribute Clefairy as one of my Pokemon too, you know? And okay, so one thing I like that she did was make all of her Pokemon female, because theoretically Nidoking could be Rivalry and this would mess that up. So that's cute, but that's like a slight optimization. Okay, Sigilif, Lapras. Sigilif is a little scary. It has a lot of things it can do. Obviously, Comfy Lapras. No Garchomp is actually really good. I prepped a lot for that. The Chardy Berry on Thundurus isn't going to come into play because of that. Like, originally it was a Yachi Berry, which would have been a lot better here, obviously. But, it is what it is. I think that this is great because she has 1 physical attacker. I guess it could be 2. Like, Lapras could be a physical attacker. But, like, realistically, is she going to be able to stop the Poltergeist? That's the question, because like if she tries to do something with her, what's it called, Sigilif, that will go down. This really are just like the Series 6 All-Stars. I think I used almost, like, obviously not Rillaboom, but like almost all the other Pokemon in Series 6 at some point, so that's fun. I gotta figure out the last Pokemon real quick. I think it's going to be this guy, and I want something for it's going to be Nidoking. Nidoking's just too good. It's a little questionable into the Sigilif, if the Sigilif kind of pops off, but that's what the Jinx is for, and then it really just endgames the Rillaboom, which is the scariest Pokemon. Like, realistically, her best it's just the best Pokemon in VGC. Second best other than Incineroar is Rillaboom, and so I want to give it the respect it deserves by having multiple ways to hit it, and Poltergeist especially can just like go down to it. Maybe Togekiss was better, but she just has a lot of ways to hit Togekiss. Okay, so here we go. We see Sigilif and we see Salazzle. So there's a couple things that she could do. She could max the Sigilif, turn 1. She could. I don't think she fakes out, right? Because she doesn't know what my Thundurus set is, and so there's a reasonable chance that she just like goes for an attack. In which case, Brutal Swing into Max Phantasm will just immediately KO the Sigilif, and put me in a really strong spot. I can Scary Face the Salazzle next turn. I think that if she chooses not to Dynamax, I will still KO this Sigilif, but like, it could be Focus Sash, it could do a lot of things, right? Like, it could just set up Trick Room too. So maybe I'm supposed to play around those things, but I led very aggressively, and again, I don't think you reasonably fake out the Thundurus when it just could Dynamax. There's nothing really stopping me from doing that, and she is actually Dynamaxing her Pokemon, so presumably that's Sigilif. It is a cool Dynamax. I theoried it out in Series 6. I think my friend Abe used it a little bit. Because it has Tinted Lens, it only needs to run Max Airstream, which is like the good Dynamax move. And everything else is just like gravy, right? So you get to run 3 support moves in Max Airstream. She might be running other moves, like Max Psychic is probably pretty good to hit the Nidoking. But like if she doesn't exactly fake out Thundurus, or like Thunder Wave the Poltergeist, I just KO her Dynamax, right? And that's the good thing here. So I guess we'll see what she does. There are ways that can go wrong, but I'm pretty confident. She could attract. That'd be funny. Fling. Into. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no, wait. This makes it faster. Because it eats the Salac Berry and it procs weakness policy. So it's going to just KO this. Wait, okay, so this is important. This is actually really important. Sigilif. No, it's okay. Okay, we're good, we're good. I should live this Brutal Swing. That's actually... Oh, no. Okay, so, I should live this. Yeah, okay, good. So that was scary, but this is a weakness policy Sigilif. And it's Salac Fling. So fair enough, you know? That's also good because it means that I can safely Scary Face the Salazzle if I want to, right? But, oh man, that Dynamax animation is so funny. I didn't get to Dynamax it against Ashton, and I didn't get to bring it against Colin, but I love that its face just, like, sticks out of the pot. That's so cool. But yeah, okay, so there goes their Dynamax. That's cool. Weakness policy Sigilif. I respect it. That's a real thing, you know? So, okay, so a couple things. First off, Sigilif, it maxes out at 163, which is the same as... Okay, there's the Rillaboom, no big deal. 163 and 185. So 185 times 1.5. Sorry, 185 divided by 1.5. 185 times 1.5. Sorry, these are all relevant numbers that I want to know. And then Sigilif is 163 times 1.5. So 244. And then my Poltergeist hits. I should have pulled this up earlier. My Poltergeist hits 17. No, that's the wrong Pokemon. 113. So it's 226, which means it doesn't actually outspeed. It's at +2. It doesn't outspeed Sigilif at +1. And at -1, it also doesn't outspeed the Salazzle, which is a little problematic here, right? So here I'm going to just Eerie Impulse this Salazzle. I think that I'm going down anyway, so I might as well go for the Max Guard here. Try to save a turn from Sigilif, but realistically, it's getting Grassy Glided every time. There's nothing I can do about it. And there's the Eerie Impulse, just, you know, make Salazzle do a little less. But essentially, we just traded Dynamaxes, and that's really fine. Yeah, so there's the Grassy Glide. Kind of knew that was coming. And there's a Heat Wave. Okay. So do I have any switch outs here? No, I don't really have a great switch out. I'm going to... Let's see, what can I do? Again, this is the fear about the Thundurus. It is just kind of dead weight here. It doesn't do very much. I don't have a great switch into Rillaboom. I don't really get to do anything. What can she have in the back? So her only physical attacker is on the field. I could taunt the Salazzle, and I think this covers most of her potential switch-ins. I'm going to sack the Poltergeist. It's just not doing anything, and this is obviously going to punish anything that she does in terms of, like, not Grassy Gliding for whatever reason. And so we'll just hit the Rillaboom. But realistically, this is going down. So it's not Oblivious, right? If it was Oblivious, it would not get taunted. That's just a good thing to know, I guess. But that's okay. That's you know, we traded Dynamaxes. That's pretty good, all things considered. That might have been okay. And then there's the Heat Wave going in. So Thundurus has no damaging moves. That is obviously the poor part of this team. She doesn't have a great switch into Sludge Bomb, right? So I'm just gonna go here and continue. I think I actually kind of want to taunt the Salazzle again. I don't think Salazzle has a great way to hit Nidoking, right? It's at -2. I have this Salt Vest, so I'm just going to taunt it again, just disrespecting it completely. And then we're going to Sludge Bomb the Rillaboom, knowing that it's just not going to do enough damage. I think maybe I was probably supposed to get one more Pokemon, but let's see what she brings in. Okay. So Lapras is maybe the scariest Pokemon. This is something that I wish I had Eerie Impulsed. We're just getting another Taunt off. It's not going to do anything. Like, realistically, Lapras is going to try to hit hard. Sludge Bomb is going to do a chunk. Poison? Poison? Nah. High Horsepower. Okay, fair enough. So that is specifically for the Nidoking. I'm really regretting not putting Thunderbolt on it now. Man, this is biting me in the butt immediately. Okay. And so, do you think this is Brutal Swing Range? I probably don't. I don't think so, right? Like, let's see. Rillaboom, just like normal bulk into Thundurus, but it's week 8 set. Brutal Swing is going to do 8 to 9% here. 8 to 9%. What do you think? Is this 8 to 9%? If we lose the Nidoking, we lose the game. But I don't have a great way to punish it. So I have to just go for it. I can't do anything about it, right? Like, I could Eerie Impulse the Lapras, but I think I just need to take the KO so that I have a chance of endgaming here. Yeah, okay, so that picked up. That was good. That's a fortunate number to hit. And then I am pretty bulky, and that is physical. Okay, that's not great. So I think I lose this one. Okay, so physical Lapras. Did I see? That was Life Orb, right? Okay, cool. Then we do have to bring in the Jinx. Okay, so one more thing that we can do. She has Heat Wave, she can miss, so what I want to do is I want to, one, scout out potential moves, but also, like, Lovely Kiss the Salazzle into Energy Ball the Lapras, if that's going to KO, right? And that's the out, and then we have, like, a bunch of turns of sleep. Maybe get a Freeze on a good turn, but that doesn't do anything if Lapras just lives the Energy Ball. If it just lives the Energy Ball, so we're just forfeiting. We're gonna Lovely Kiss the Jinx anyways, because I want to see if she just like has like reveals a move, right? Like Fake Out does, it's like what is she gonna do? You know, like she didn't reveal a move, so that's smart. Yeah. Okay, so that was Life Orb. That's good confirmation because I was not paying nearly enough attention. But yeah, that's just like not Energy Ball damage, and that's also Grassy Train's gone, so I'm never KOing. Yeah, there's just no way. So we're just gonna run. All right, good game. So what did I do wrong? I didn't bring enough for Rillaboom. That was the main thing. Not having Thunderbolt on Thundurus is just so... Oh, man, this is... Okay, I'm regretting it already. This is so sad. Not bringing Togekiss was the other throw, right? If I bring Togekiss there, and if I bring Togekiss, and I max guard, switch into Togekiss, and then follow me and take KOs, I win the game too. So not bringing Togekiss was a throw. I just didn't respect Rillaboom enough because Jinx didn't do enough into it. It is physical Lapras, so Jinx is just really bad. But that's good to know, right? Just good information. Let's see, what else can I do? So Urshifu is obviously an option. Man, I'm not very fast. It's the other problem. So I could do this again, right? I could go Nidoking lead, right? And that means that Sucker Punch into... Oh, this is cute. This is actually really cute. We're going to do this, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to Sucker Punch, Self-Sucker Punch, and then KO the Sigilith before the Fling goes off. And then we're going to be faster. And then we're going to win the game from there, I hope. That's the goal. We're going to need Togekiss because Togekiss like really would have been really good. And then I kind of want the Urshifu. Like, again, clicking close combat's really valuable. It kind of walls physical Lapras. The Thundurus didn't do very much because, again, physical Lapras. The Jinx doesn't do any much. Yeah, we're bringing Urshifu. It has Aqua Jet to, like, take out the Salazzle in the end game. Like, it would have taken out that Rillaboom in the late game if I, like... Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon that I could just leave on, like, 1 HP. Oh yes, one more thing. Sigilith into and not that set. Into Poltergeist. Max Phantasm will just straight up no, it's +2. Okay, so this is also not bad. No, it's pretty bad because I just don't have a my switch in is okay. So my switch in to if she protects Clefairy, I have to punish it. She can, so I can switch in Urshifu here, like really safely. Oh man, I don't have a move. I don't have a move. No, she's just not going to. She's going to protect, right? That's her play. So we're just gonna go for damage. If she doesn't protect, then this is really bad because I lose my Nidoking. But the protect into max resonance is such a punish to like a Sludge Bomb play, and I think she just like sees. I hope she sees that I don't have any way of hitting the Lapras right here. Maybe it was supposed to be max overgrowth, but I don't KO anyways. I'm doing this because in testing I got burned by this lead with the Clefairy Protect. And that was right, like that really, like, I don't want to call it 50-50 because if I call it wrong, she still gets to, if I call it right, she still gets to play the game. So she just in a, okay, this is fantastic now. Because I just said, nah, she's not going for it. Right, and so she's going to hit the, Nidoking, because that's the thing that threatens Clefairy. I'm going to just take out the Clefairy because it just dies. That did very little. Overgrowth will pick it up, so that's good, even through Resonance. And so there's the Resonance. Into the Poltergeist. Okay, sure. Oh, do I go down to that? Wow. Oh, yeah, Helping Hand. Right, yeah. Okay, fair enough. But that's okay, because I got the Phantasm off. So now I'm just, like, really both... this is tough. That was not enough damage. If I had KO'd... No, if I had KO'd the... Okay, let's see. What can happen here? So I gotta check my paste. I gotta see whether Nidoking is faster... 124, 125. Urshifu is faster by a point, and now I'm regretting that decision as well. Man, okay. If Nidoking was faster, I could have Sludge Bombed, KO'd the Clefairy, and then close combated, but it's not, so I don't get to do that. So now I have to... I'm losing the Nidoking this turn. I can't protect it. Dang. Okay. Sure, I think we just have to go here. I don't have great ways to... I'm not allowed to close combat because then I get put in range for the Grassy Glide from Rillaboom, right? And that's the punish. So I have to Sludge Bomb. If I sack the, I think I need the Nidoking. I can sack the. No, I can't. I just need to hit the Clefairy. So I'm going to Sludge Bomb the Lapras because the Clefairy is always going to redirect, and if it doesn't redirect, then I get to KO the Lapras. And I think I have to, like, Ice Punch the Lapras as well. Just in case, like, maybe the Sludge Bomb into Ice Punch will KO it. I don't think it will, but I'm just not allowed to click any other buttons here. Yeah, so there's the redirection. Again, huge. I'm really regretting not making Nidoking faster by a point, because it really is just a point. Because then I would just take this KO and close combat the Lapras and be in a fantastic spot. Oh, it doesn't even knock out. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is awful. I also could have switched in Togekiss because she didn't resonate again. Okay, so here's the out. Clefairy cannot protect on this. I can Dazzling Gleam critical hit, right? Dazzling Gleam does more damage, single target. Dazzling Gleam critical hit will ignore the screens. Aqua Jet will KO the Clefairy through protect, right? And that's gonna get me there. Okay, that was the part that I knew would happen. Let's get the crit. I don't necessarily lose to Rillaboom. That's not a crit. It might be Shell Armor, honestly. I mean, it might not be. It should be Water Absorb. Like, I just have an Urshifu on the team. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I mean, yeah, that's rough. Sigilif is definitely scary. It like outspeeds my entire team other than the Thundurus, and like I figured Poltergeist would be enough into it, but the weakness policy was really scary. And then I just did not give Rillaboom enough respect. I had, yeah, like, Rillaboom's a good Pokemon, you know. That's all there is to it. So I guess we're gonna. Is there any way we win this here? Okay, we're gonna protect. We're going to protect. We're gonna get a turn of grass recovery. She's not going to be. She's not going to be. What's it called? Miracle Seed. So I live the attack. I'm going to close combat. I'm gonna Aqua Jet the Lapras because the Lapras can't really Aqua Jet Lapras either. So that was she doesn't actually have a way to hit me with Lapras. So if I take this attack and I Ice Punch and I kill it, maybe I get to win. Maybe. Probably not, but you know. I should live this attack if she's not Miracle Seed. If she is Miracle Seed, then it goes down. Okay, so that was Miracle Seed or another boosting item. It could have been Choice Band. Yeah, good games to Steph. That's the first loss in XDL, so a little disappointing, but I mean, she's got a good team, you know. The Sigilif threw me off guard a little bit. I would have liked to have done a little more in terms of I thought Poltergeist would have done more, but I really like messed up game one by not bringing Togekiss. I think if I brought Togekiss, that was pretty clean. I think Thunderbolt on, like, I teched really hard for the Garchomp because I was really scared of it, and I got punished because, like, all those techs were useless. And, I mean, yeah, like, that's just, I guess that's how draft leagues go, right? You prepare for, you prepare for some Pokemon more than other, like, it was really a last-minute change to change the Yachi Berry to a Charty Berry on Thundurus, and then, like, Yachi Berry would have lived the Lapras attack, it would have done a lot more into it, but then without Thunderbolt, it doesn't do anything, right? And so, yeah, I guess that's just how it goes. So, good games to Steph, again. I'm actually going to hop onto her channel to give an interview, and so if you want to see my thoughts and her thoughts on the game, like, immediately afterwards, you should definitely watch her video, and of course, all of her links are going to be in the description down below. So, thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, I will see you all later.